Hey everybody, my name is Genevieve Noel and welcome to my channel.
The only heartache that I ever faced was a need of fortune and a dream of fame. I took those empty feelings and turned them into love. It cheats time, it's the eye in the storm of the universe. I got mine. Where do you think that you will find your
Please ignore my face. I know that I look like trash, but there's a reason for that and I'll tell you in a minute. But if you are new here, this channel surrounds my 2020 goals and like me reaching them. That's been a little bit difficult with the coronavirus. So I'm still gonna focus on one of my goals, and one of my goals that I'm focusing on is my getting a contract for next year. Kind of. And it's also focusing on my morning routine goal because I've really gotten into like a comfortable morning routine and then everything changed. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a teacher, and this video I'm going to show you what my like teaching from home routine kind of looks like. I just got up not that long ago, like I got up a little before 8, but I got out of bed like 15 minutes ago maybe. It's 8:45 right now and I'm checking my email. While I'm checking my email, which I can't show you, sorry, I am also doing something that probably I shouldn't, but you know, I'm working, and as I'm like doing stuff, I like take brain breaks, right? And I will be available and checking my email until like 4:45, which is about 8 hours from when I like started, because I do the whole 8-hour day because that's, you know, what I'm being paid for. But anyway, just come along for the journey. This is the situation we got set up, and I'm not going to focus on like what my email actually says, but as you can see, I have some emails to answer. One other thing that I have been doing, I got really into Animal Crossing because my husband bought it for me, and so I've been working on that. So I'm just going to show you my island real quick. Focus on my email. I've been having issues with my email via my computer, but only my work email. I don't know what the issue is, but whatever, I'm working on fixing it. So I'm just gonna scroll and use this as my screen and then use my phone to actually answer my emails because it works on my phone. So I'm gonna set you up and I'll be right back. I am going to get ready because Gregory is done now, and then I'm gonna be back. Style. Okay, it's been like an hour and a half-ish. I got ready, kind of, and I played my game, because I'm not going to be, and I'm gonna go get something to snack on and say goodbye to my husband, and then go and do this work stuff, and I'll talk about what I do when I get back. So I just got back from school a little while ago. I got food and made dinner, well, had dinner. When I was at school, I got my computer fixed. Besides the craft thing and that, I called all of my students in my first period class, which was a process, and I finished like working on emails. I did my meeting. I graded all the work that I needed to grade. Like, I got everything done. So it was a pretty effective day, I think, and a pretty effective trip to school. I'm gonna go and grab something that I need to mail to somebody. Well, I need to email a picture to someone of my passport. It's a long story. So I wanted to talk to you guys about what I'm doing now because our state is on a voluntary stay-at-home order, which means that all non-essential jobs are closed except like drive-thrus of restaurants and grocery stores and healthcare and all that stuff. Not closed, but like anything else is they are allowed to go to work, but it is a voluntary stay-at-home order, so like you don't have to comply if you don't want to, but if you don't like have work, you can't work because businesses were closed. But like people are supposed to stay at home and they don't have to. They won't get ticketed for going anywhere. So all of that aside, what am I doing as a teacher? Every district is totally different, and this is just my district and how my district is taking this. But a few things. So we're doing what's called distance learning, which is like online learning, but definitionally they're not the same, but it's the same type of thing. One thing that we're changing because our students didn't sign up for online school is we're doing an even odd schedule. So what that means is we have 7 periods in our day. If you are in first period in English class per se, for example, my English class, I have 1 first period, you have class on all the odd days, Monday through Friday, when we normally would have had school. So this week, because we had 1 day that all classes met and it was just like used to like the pages and whatever, besides that day, all classes had 2 work days, so 2 days of like actual classwork, and every week they'll go between 2 or 3, so that every 2 weeks they'll have 5 days. So they're like cutting their workload in half, and on top of that, the lessons that we're preparing, rather than 50-minute sections, which is what they would have been in school, there's supposed to be no more than 30 minutes of work for them. And that's just kind of to help our students kind of cope and figure it out, because it's, again, very different, and they can't just come up to us and say, okay, I don't get it, help me please. So what my day looks like for my students is they come on, and at the beginning of every first 2 weeks. Now, I have everything planned out to the end of the year. We are only going until May 2nd, but I have everything planned out to the end of the year just because I like to be prepared. And, I mean, even when we come back to school, I have everything planned out to the end of the year and just prepared and ready because I like to be ready. But every 2 weeks, they get a new checklist. And what the checklist is, it's the date, so like the day of the week, the actual date, and then it gives them the warm-up exercise for the day, so like it's just like a little grammar exercise. And then under that, it talks about like whatever they're supposed to do for the day, and it tells them what materials they need, what they're working on, what they need to turn in. And if you accomplish what's on the checklist for the day, you've done everything for the class for the day. And those are up every 2 weeks, and then each day, whatever is like due is posted that day. So there's something new like each day that you have class. And on top of that, every Monday through Friday that we normally have school, so like next Friday we don't have school for Good Friday, and the following Monday we don't have school for Easter Monday. So we don't have school those 2 days at all. Instead, I won't be meeting those days. But every other day at 1 to 2 p.m., I have an open Google Classroom that like my students have the link to, and then they can come and like ask whatever questions they have that day. Now for me personally, besides like those things and like what my classroom looks like, and by classroom I mean Google Classroom, because that's just what we use. We use Google Classroom. We don't use like Skyward or anything else. Or sorry, not Skyward, Schoology. We don't use like Schoology or something else. We use Google because we already have Google Suites. On top of that, my like day looks like I wake up and, you know, like you saw like me doing all my email and stuff. I'm on my email until about like, depending upon how early I get up, until like 3:30 or 4 or a little later, depending upon when I start like checking my email and answering emails. That's kind of when my workday starts. So I put in still the 8 hours. I don't go like ridiculously late hours. I get to students right away the next morning. But that's only because I don't really have students that wait until the end of the night to do their work. So it's not really an issue. I will be at home. Obviously, like I said today, I went to the school. So the school is open to teachers, and there are some like faculty members there because obviously I got my computer fixed. But we are just not required to be there at all until May 2nd unless something changes. So at this point, that's just kind of how it's going. We're doing online learning until May 2nd just so that it's not like, oh, all of a sudden we're doing this, all of a sudden we're not doing it anymore. Students need like more time, like people in general, families, and everyone needs to adjust.
So instead of just being like all of a sudden, oh, okay, we're back to regular school, we're just giving it time. And then if it extends that longer, then we go with the distance learning plan for longer. And if it doesn't, then we get to go back to school and it's all good. So that's what my day kind of looks like now that I'm home, and normally I don't go anywhere like now. I'm going to do some of the things that I didn't do earlier. So like the cleaning stuff, Gregory did some cleaning stuff, but we're gonna do laundry, which we have to do today, and clean our bedroom because it's kind of messy. We need to make the bed, all that good stuff. And then when we're done, we're just gonna have a really relaxing night. I'm probably gonna work on some projects, some writing. I already have my Instagram post up for this week. I'm gonna definitely finish editing this video, stuff like that. It's very relaxing, but I don't know, it's still work. I feel like I'm doing just as much work, I just am not physically moving. So I don't know, it's more at my pace, a pace that I'm used to, because again, I was homeschooled, and I say again, I was homeschooled when I was younger, so this is like something I'm used to, and this is comfortable for me. And I know a lot of people aren't comfortable, so me being comfortable is actually a benefit, because then I can be like, you know, it's okay, you don't have to be there yet, I can work with you, and like me knowing what I'm doing helps so that I can work with them. So I'm gonna check my email again and then I am going to see you all later. I hope you enjoyed this video about what it's like to be working from home during this time and what my day looks like now. Not super exciting, not really a whole lot to do, but I'm okay with it. It's nice to have a break and focus on some of my other stuff. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. And then turn on the bell so you get notifications for when awesome new videos come out. Thank you so much for watching. Love, Genevieve.